Welcome to the Call Review Mondays, where I break down real seller conversations, point out the key moments of truth, fix what you effed up on, and sharpen your one-liners so you actually get contracts signed. No scripts, just straight up reps. So, if you're ready to fail fast and fall forward, close more deals, let's effing go. So, guys, today I actually have something a little bit special. I'm going to do a little different, okay? So I've had the last few weeks, I've had folks visiting here, anywhere from within TU members, outside of TU. So today I'm going to do a little something different because someone actually dropped a comment and asked if I can go over some of my older calls that I had locked up and, maybe share some of the calls in between acquisition and dispo and see how it actually went through the finish line, which I thought was a great idea. So I'm actually going to go ahead and review my own call today. And this call happened in December to a seller in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And the reason why I'm going over this one is because today is a special day. We are actually closing on it. He is actually at the title company signing the docs right now, and he is a fellow investor, and he knew the whole time that I was wholesaling his property. So let's get right into it. I want to see who's on here, guys. We have Donovan. Let's go. Is it Donovan or Jared? You guys have both names on there, so I don't know who's who. Drop it on the chat, guys. Let me know who you are, where you're from, how long you've been doing this. And let's get right into it. Jared, I owe you a phone call. Let's get right into this. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Just calling about the property out on Robinwood Drive.
Yes.
Are you by any chance still looking to sell that property?
Yeah, we are. We'll probably be selling it during the next month, I'm guessing. Let's see. Did you get my number from my voicemail?
I did.
Wonderful.
I just want to know, you guys can hear that, right? Drop a 1 if you can hear it. I just want to make sure. The audio, it's a little annoying, just because of the line, but we're gonna get right through it. So yeah, it sounds very rough. I know, guys. Can you guys at least understand the words, or?
Is your cell phone or what?
Well, it's my wife's phone, but it's having to work for mine until I get mine squared away. Yeah, I'm glad that the voice mail.
I'm glad I didn't ask for your wife. That would have been horrible.
No, that's good. Yeah.
No worries. So you said you're looking to sell this in the next month. I mean, well, 1, how much are you looking to get for it, and 2, what do you got going on over there?
Yeah, we're in the process of selling all of our properties in Fort Wayne. I've sold about 13 in the last year and a half, and we've got another 12 or 13 we'll be selling, and then we just started another 1031 exchange. We're in the process of that. So actually, this one in Robinwood will not be a part of that exchange, but I'm retiring. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I'm ready to be done, and so we'll spend the next 2 years just kind of slowly undoing what I've done.
So I'm going to pause it there for a second because I know it's a little, like I said, it can get a little annoying on the noise there. Yeah, it is loud and scratchy. So what he said there is that he's been doing this for 40 years. He's offloading all of his properties. He's doing 1031 exchanges right now. So guys, for the longest time, well, I don't want to say for the longest time. Let's just say in the beginning, for me, I'm like, I'd freeze. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy knows so much more than I do. And if you're new, you probably feel that way. Guys, don't think that way. Just slow down. At the end of the day, you're the one that's going to be providing value. You're the one that's going to help them sell their property. So just slow down. You're the expert, even though you're not an expert yet. At the end of the day, you're the one that's going to be able to provide value. So the reason why I'm pausing this is right here, at this very moment, where I am in my stage, and the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys, because I want you guys to feel this way. This is when for me, it's music to my ears, because at this point, at some point in time, I can just let them know that, hey, here's how I can help you. Here's how I can be an easy button for you. I'm not going to be the end buyer, but I have a network of investors in that area that I've done business with in the past, and this is what I can do for you. Okay? So I want you guys to think that when you're talking to someone that's an investor, it is a great way for you to just open up and let them know what what you're going to do, your situation. And the reason being is because one, full transparent obviously is the best thing, but also at the same time, it opens up so much runway for you. Okay. What I mean by that is if they ask for an EMD, you don't have to give any. Why? Because you're not going to be the end buyer. So why would you do an EMD? Right? Two, they know that you're going to send local investors out there to walk the property. They don't have to lie. They don't, the end buyers don't have to lie that they're your partner or their insurance, whatever it is. So the point that I'm saying is, guys, it opens up a whole lot of runway. And with all the regulations that's happening right now, it's actually a pretty good idea to start figuring out a way to pivot to let them know that, hey, I'm actually going to be wholesaling this property.
And we'll probably be selling. I've got Robinwood and one other property that will be available right now. Then there'll be a few more over the next few months as a part of this exchange thing. The Robinwood won't be a part of the exchange. Doesn't affect me either way. But so Robinwood, we're pretty firm on wanting the net 73. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, just under 1,000 square feet, I think, 900 something. And it's going to be pretty. I'm more than halfway done with the interior painting. It's in good shape. We just put all new windows in it. Roof is solid. It's probably 10 to 12 years old. Old furnace, works great. All of our properties have been rented, all the time. We've had them all for a long time. So just getting out. That's the deal on that one. Yeah, and I'm looking to get walk away with 73. Whether I list it with my broker, almost all the homes that we've sold over the last year and a half have sold through our real estate guy. We did sell one directly to investors. I'm not willing to do more than like a 7-day inspection period. If you do submit an offer, if we agree on price, I'll only do like a 7-day inspection period, and at that point you're either in or you're out. So just up front, that's the way that it would need to be.
Well, first and foremost, man, I definitely want to be like you when I grow up. At some point, I definitely want to be uploading mine as well. So I always like talking to other investors because at the end of the day, it's just numbers, right? I want to make sure you cash out, but at the same time, you got to make sense for me as well.
Sure.
So on this property, you got 73 net. Do you owe any money on this? Are there any back taxes? When you say net, what do you mean by that?
I don't know if you guys heard that. He said he wants to walk away 73 net. A lot of folks, including myself when I was new, we would just it would just kind of go over our head. So as you can see, I took a step back and say, you said 73 net. What do you mean by that? It's really important to know that, guys, because one, they might owe money into this. There might still be a mortgage. There might be some back taxes, some liens, whatever it is. You need to know what that is, because what if there's $10,000 of back taxes? Now the purchase price is 83. So it's really, really important to know that.
I'm assuming you, like a lot of the investors I talk to, are paying all the closing costs. Maybe I'm wrong, but I want to walk away with 73 grand. There's no mortgage, no back taxes, everything's free and clear. So if you're paying all closing costs, basically I'd want a sales price of 73, and I think it, or whatever Zillow is worth. I think Zillow shows it at, I don't know, just a little over 82, I don't know, somewhere in there. But it'll be, when we're done in another, I don't know, week or two, it's basically going to be rent ready, which is the way that we've operated over the last number of years. We get them ready to rent. It's not a brand new kitchen. It's not a brand new bathroom, but everything is clean. It's painted. It's functional. Windows are new, but like the cabinets have not been updated.
So I'm going to pause it for a second, guys. So on here, by the way, if you guys have any questions, please drop it on the chat. One thing that I do want to mention is, from what I've heard so far, right? I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. If I'm in your shoes where I'm new, this guy seems very knowledgeable. He knows what he's doing. He knows his numbers, right? And he even said, look, it's not like it's rehabbed where it's market ready, but it's rehabbed as far as being rent ready. So at this point, those are some key points where I'm looking at, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. I'm going to use his knowledge about the market to ask questions So in that way I can get the right information that I need. So let's see how this goes.
You know, the countertop in the kitchen, it's not real old, but it's it isn't.
Oh, by the way, since this guy is talking about condition, I want to see who's on here right now. Drop it on the chat. Condition equals what? Drop it on the chat. I want to see who's on here. I want to see if you guys have been listening to me. When a seller's talking about condition, what should you be doing? Drop it on the chat, guys. Drop it on the chat.
And then so, but everything, you know, the flooring is good. Walls are good. Windows are new. Good garage. No basement. No problems.
So you said it'll be rent ready shortly. So a couple of things. One, let's say I finish the job for you. How much can I rent it out for?
3-bedroom. I mean, I would say it can go probably. I'm trying to remember. I've had people manage my properties, and so they do all the leasing. I'm thinking that one was probably 9, maybe 1,000. If you go on housing, I don't know if you do Section 8 stuff. I've done a lot of that. You know, for a 3-bedroom now, you can pretty easily get $1,000, maybe even 1,100. So
we're talking about 1,900.
yeah, should be able to pretty easily, and maybe more. I've never been on the high end of stuff, but yeah, I would think 1,000 easily.
Got it. Okay. And then,
Yep.
what else? You said you guys are almost done. So how much do you think I need to sink into this so that I can rent it out for 1,000?
I don't think you need to do anything. If we finish.
All right. So, hey, Al, I know there's a lot of echo. It's the actual seller's line. I tried fixing it. I couldn't fix it, so I'm going to have to deal with this for now. That being said, for a lot of you guys that's been watching since we started, like, this guy knows everything, right? Like, he's fixing it. He's almost done fixing it. He knows the market well. At this point, do you guys feel, drop a 1 if you feel like this is going to be a deal, and drop a 2 if you feel like it's not going to be a deal. Because it's been 6 minutes now, right? So drop a 1 or drop a 2. And then 2, based on what you guys have heard so far, where do you think should you go? Right? Or where do you think I'm going to go next? I'd love to hear that. I'd love to see you guys drop it on the chat here while I play the video again.
Check over the next week or 2, and you know, I'm pretty sure we will. So, yeah, I don't think you need to do anything. Yeah.
How much do you think it'll get appraised for with all the fixing that you've done?
I think probably right around that, in the 80s figure, somewhere in the low 80s. Like I said, you know, the cabinets, I mean, the cabinet doors, I mean, they're all painted or going to be painted, but
I don't know if you guys know it by now, but if you don't know, let me ask you, why is this not a deal? He's asking for 73, and he just told me that it can only get appraised for what? For 80. So it doesn't give the end buyer any meat on the bone. There's no equity there.
it is still, it doesn't look like a brand new modern kitchen. It's just a clean, older kitchen. And so, you know, people who are redoing these things, and I mean, totally redoing them. I mean, those.
Oh, I just realized why it's echoing. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do this. All right. This is probably going to...
Even on the southeast part of Fort Wayne are, you know, 150 grand and up,
echo, right,
you know,
guys?
but they look brand new practically. And this isn't going to look brand new. It's just going to look clean and very functional and decent, but it's not a new modern look. So I would say, you know, still low to mid 80s.
Gotcha. Okay. And you mentioned earlier.
So Kevin, you're absolutely right. There's not a deal for this particular property, right? So based on what you guys have heard so far, it's been 7 minutes and 37 seconds. Based on what you guys have heard so far, where do you think you should take this conversation to? Guys, let's get some engagement going. I do really treat this like I'm training, so if you guys want to drop it on the chat before I play it, the rest of the call, let's get into it so you can see. So I can see where your head is, and you can see where my head was, so that you guys can connect the dots.
You're retiring, so after you fix this, let's say, knock on wood, I'm knocking on my noggins here, but if no one picks this up, are you going to rent it out again, or are you going to put it up on the market with a realtor?
This particular house?
Yep.
Oh, it's gonna sell. Yeah, we're gonna sell it.
How much are you going to put it on the market for?
Probably 81, maybe something like that. You're looking at, I don't know, $4,000 or whatever for my broker and all that. So, I mean, we should come away somewhere 74, 75. If we would take an offer at 76, 77. I want to be right in that 73 ballpark. Regardless of how, so.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you want to get the maximum value out of this more than speeding convenience.
Yeah. I'm not desperate by any means. If it needs to sit a month or two, it will. But I'm not gonna, work with a low ball offer. So I think at least it is a decent value. It may not be for you, but I think
exactly.
from the houses that we sold over the last year and a half, I think 73 is right in the ballpark of where we should end up.
I mean,
it's really hard, huh, Truman? I know. I'm sorry, guys. This is like the only call that I could think of. I had other calls that I wanted to do, but for some reason, I guess my CRM deleted. I couldn't record. I couldn't record. What do you mean? I can't even talk today. I couldn't play the recording from last year of all the deals that I've closed and funded, and so I was really bummed by it because some of them, a good chunk of them actually, required renegotiation, and I wanted to take you guys through from the acquisition to the multiple phone calls while in dispo, renegotiating, getting the price drop, getting an extension, and then closing it. So let me ask you guys, should I continue to play this, or should I not? Drop a 1 if I should, drop a 2 if I should not. More than happy to talk about something else. But while I'm waiting for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and play this.
I mean, if I were to lowball you, I'd offer 50, but I like you, and I like other investors that are straight shooters. I mean, in order for this to just pencil in for me, any offer I would make would have a 6 in front of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you can put a price on speed and convenience, we can do business on this deal. If not, I completely understand. I've been in your shoes too,
Sure. Yeah, for now, it'd be way too early for me to accept that. I mean, who knows what the market will do over the next 2 months.
Just don't send it to me after you put it on the market, because if it doesn't move on the market, then, that's a brand new data point for me. Then any offer I make then would be a lot lower than 60,
Yep. Very good.
Same thing.
Yep.
Well, Brad, let me ask you this question, man. I mean, I know you have other properties. Do you have any ugly ones? So I like them ugly and cheap.
Did you guys hear that? So, Truman, I think you hopped on a little bit late. This gentleman is offloading all of his properties. He's looking to offload his properties. So, for me, I like to grab those pieces of information. I'll write it down on a piece of paper on my notes because I'll circle it because I want to circle back to that, right? And so I already knew that this wasn't going to be a deal, so I just let him speak, got him to talk. I'm talking to him now. He understands that I know what I'm doing, right? So I've gained some confidence from him, some trust, some rapport. So then now I'm going to pivot to what? Well, what about your other houses? Do you have any ugly ones? I like them ugly and cheap. So let's see what happens.
I don't. No, everything else after I sell. Well, I've got one. Yeah, I've got one on Lewis, but it's more than halfway done too. And so, 820 East Lewis.
820 East
Lewis.
Lewis.
Yep. Yeah, it's not ugly. It's really an oversized 3-bedroom, 2 full baths. When I say oversized 3-bedroom, they can easily rent as a 4-bedroom, but one of those bedrooms is upstairs that you have to walk through to get to the other bedroom. So it's there's 2 bedrooms downstairs, 2 rooms upstairs. I guess one of them would have to be considered technically an office area or something. But yeah, there's enough room for 4 bedrooms up there. 2 full baths, 2-story. and with that one, I'm wanting to come away with, closer to 80, somewhere in there. So,
80,000.
yeah.
All right. So for that one, if I pick that up, how much can I sell it for in the market after I finish it?
Well, it depends on what you do. I mean, do you totally?
Once again, guys, this guy loves numbers. He knows what he's doing. He's been in the business for 40 years. He loves hearing himself talk, which is awesome, right? And I say that, by the way, I don't mean that in any shady way, or not shady, but any shade on him. I mean, that's just his personality, which is great. Let him talk. And because he's very experienced, let him give you his insight that's going to help you comp the property, even if there's no comps in the area. JT,
Redo
what's
them
up?
and make them look brand spanking new?
Yeah, let's say, well, yeah, because I see one property here that sold and looks 2025. So yeah, let's do. I mean, I'm not looking to make it into Taj Mahal, but I mean, like if I were to flip it, then yes, I would need it to look 2025 at least.
Yeah, I've never done that, so I don't really know what it would bring. But I've been amazed at what I've seen houses sell for, in the areas that we were buying them years ago for 20 grand and 15 grand. So, I don't know if it'd be 120, 150. I really don't know. So hard to say.
Yeah.
I'll take it back. I would go 75 on that one, on the one on Lewis. I wouldn't have to walk away with 80. 75 would work. The painting is virtual.
Did he just stair step himself down, guys? I think he just did. He started at 80, and then now he's starting to realize, hey, I must have overshot that one, and now he's coming down. And once again, this is someone that's very reasonable. I mean, this is someone that I wish he was still adding more properties in his portfolio, because I'd love to send this guy deals, right? Have so much respect for this guy. I've gotten to know him now from December till now, and I've always had a great conversation with him.
Virtually done.
Yeah, JT, actually today, in the beginning, I told everyone that today's special because I'm actually going to go ahead and do a call review of one of my calls. And the reason being is because one of the viewers made a comment and asked, hey, can you do one of your calls, go over it, and then actually show how it hits the finish line? So this is what I'm doing today.
What else have we done there? The wood floors need polyurethane, but I mean we're not quite as far along as we are on Robinwood, but it's not going to take a lot to get it rent ready. To do what you're doing, it would take a lot. But
so how much would it cost me to get it rent ready?
To get rent ready? Oh well, I don't know, because I don't know how your labor works and all that.
How much will it cost you?
I'm going to say probably another 1,000. It's mostly just clean up, a little bit of touch-up painting, and polyurethane the floors, and probably 1,000, 1,500 right in there.
And you're looking to sell this one too? I mean,
yeah.
After you fix it, are you going to look to sell it or rent it out?
Oh, everything's going to be sold. We're not renting anything else out.
You're just offloading everything.
Yep. Once a place comes empty, it's gonna sell. So yeah. And that one we were getting, I think, $975, $995 for that one, but that was Section 8. That was not open market. I don't know what the open market would do. And of course, if you're updating them and then selling them or renting them.
Yeah, I mean, I can do both. I can do three
Okay.
things actually. I can flip them, I can rent them, or I can even wholesale them and just make a quick couple of $1,000. And then you get paid. I get paid a little bit, and then I never have to pick up a hammer. I mean,
Guys, I don't know if you guys saw that or heard that. That was my subtle way of saying, hey, I can wholesale this as well, right? And now, be careful with this, guys, because I say that and I don't want you to be just like right from the get-go, guns blazing, hey, I'm going to wholesale this deal. The reason why I just subtly infuse that into the conversation is because he's very open. He's open-minded. He's done deals. He's probably done deals with wholesalers, right? And so all he wants is to offload his properties, and he's got a lot of them. So right now, guys, the way I'm looking at it is, how can I be an easy button for this guy, right? How can I add value? And I think this is where we're missing a lot when we're talking to sellers. Where do we add value? And right here, the only way I can add value to him is what? Is if I can take some off of his plate, right? He's got other properties that he's looking to sell. If he doesn't have to worry about this one, then he can worry about the other ones. Okay. And so this one, I just said, hey, I can wholesale this deal. I'm not greedy. I'm not looking for $10, $20, $30,000 assignment fee. A couple of $1,000, I'll be happy with it. So let's see what happens.
At the end of the day, we're all trying to make money, right? Just not trying to hit a home run, but if I can make a little bit of change here and there and help you offload your properties and you don't have to worry about it, you know what I mean? Sounds like you've got a full plate already. So if I can take one item off your plate and get some money in your pocket, so there'll be some value to that.
Yeah. Okay.
For this one, I'm looking at the market here. I actually know a couple of local investors that I think would be perfect for this, but knowing them and just seeing the way you explain the condition of this property, they would probably be like, I would say low end 55, high end would be like 60. So for a quick sale, you don't have to finish anything. Just stop what you're doing, hold by it as is. We'll pay all the closing costs, no realtor fees. $60,000 in your pocket.
Yeah, we're close enough. I don't really need a quick sale, so I think, yeah, I'm willing to just finish it out myself, and if need be, we'll put it on the market and sell it that way, and I think we'll come out, pretty well. So, but if that changes, I'll let you know. I don't anticipate it. We're close enough.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah, I'm just, the reason why I'm seeing that number is one, I know these guys, and I'm also looking at my software here that shows where flippers and landlords buy in that area, in that neighborhood, and it's like within the 60s. If anything, maybe I can push it to like 70. I mean, if I can push this at 70,000 and you don't have to worry about fixing anything else, and you don't have to worry about realtor fees, we're pretty close from your 75,
So at this point, guys, I'm pointing it out, right? Like, hey, I may be able to push this to 70, right? And then now, not only do I have to say push this to 70, but now I also have to say, hey, look, that's not that far off from your 75. And now you can focus on your other properties and I can take this off your plate. So once again, I'm giving him a lower number than what he's expecting, but I'm also what? I'm also providing value, right? It's a give or take. Taking this, but here's what I'm giving in return. Yeah, actually, I did just drop this. So I recorded on my Plod. I used my phone on this call, not my CRM, and so I have the Plod. I don't know if you guys know what Plod is, and I just record your calls. So I do have the transcript as well. Let's see.
Yeah, I consider that. I guess the other factors are, as I mentioned, I'm not willing to do more than a 7-day inspection period. How local or how easily are you able to get in? And
now this is where you guys gotta be good at this, right? He wants a 7-day period. So this is where you gotta show confidence about your process, because if you hum and you're not confident about it, he's gonna hear it through your voice. And if he hears it through your voice, you're not gonna get the deal. So listen to how I answer it. Let's see what happens.
Look at it.
Great question. So here's how I would do this if we were to do something here. Because of the price point where you want it to be, just for full transparency from investor and investor here, at that price point, I would not be an end buyer. That being said, I do see,
I told him from that price point, I will not be the end buyer. That's what I told him, just in case you guys missed that.
I know a couple of guys that I may be able to push it for 70. And so if we were to do this, I'll just explain to you how my process works, right?
Now I'm getting to the reverse report. I'm explaining to him how my process works, and I'm going to show confidence and build more rapport by showing him that I know what I'm doing.
Let's say we agree on 70. I like to move fast. All I ask for is 14 days. And the only reason why I ask for 14 days is because these contractors and these local investors, they're not my employees. I don't control their calendars, right? I just want to give myself enough runway, especially during the holidays. So if we can do a quick 14 days, what that means is one of these guys are either going to pick it up in the next 14 days or they're not. And if they are, then we're good to go. And if they're not, we'll rip the contract in half. And by the way, when they do walk the property, I'll even do you better. I'm not even going to give them 7 days due diligence period. They walk it, they want it, they submit EMD, we're good to go.
Perfect. Do you guys see that? Right? I'm giving myself 14 days, but I'm showing him that, hey, look, if I'm going to talk to an end buyer, I'm not going to give them a 7-day due diligence period. As soon as they say they want it, they sign the assignment, they're depositing the EMD the next day, we're good to go. Right? So hopefully you guys caught that. And if you didn't, please, please, please drop some questions on the chat here, because I believe that part right there is very, very important. You're either going to gain their trust and confidence, or you're going to lose them. So drop it on the chat if you have any questions.
So you're saying
So if you guys noticed, by the way, after I explain it, I shut my mouth, right? Once I explain the process, I shut the F up. Why? Because I want him to process what I just told him. Give them time to think so they can respond to you. Once they respond to you, you don't have to jump and respond right away. You can pause as well, just like the way he did, right? Because you have to process what they're telling you, and then you can respond. One of the things that we do, and I know this because I'm guilty of it, especially when we're new, things are happening so fast, and you feel like when he's done talking, you got to talk right away. Guys, people that are confident, people that are controlling the call, the conversation, they don't have to respond right away. Okay?
it wouldn't take 14 days?
Well, right now, because of the holidays, I'm asking for 14 days, right? Because if I can get my guys walking there this weekend, great. If not, next week is the holidays. People are like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that, whatever, right? So all I'm saying is, give me 14 days, and then I'm either going to find you an end buyer at 70 or I won't. And, I mean, you're doing nothing in the next 14 days anyway, so I don't think I don't want to tie you up any longer than that, because it doesn't make me any money, it doesn't.
So right now, what I'm about to say is actually really, really good. But did you guys spot the mistake that I made? Made a mistake there. Try to guess what mistake it was. Drop it on the chat, guys. Give you guys 30 seconds. Let's go. Well, 30 is a little too long, but 10 seconds. Drop it on the chat and see what was the mistake that I just made at that very moment. Let's see. Man, you guys are pretty quiet today. You guys are usually engaging. Well, since you guys are taking a while, I didn't shut the hell up there. That was a moment for me to shush it, because now as soon as I started talking again, what did I do? Now I'm selling, right? Versus just saying, hey, here's the situation, boom, done.
Doesn't make you any money, you know?
Yeah. Well, trying to think, this would be part of, this one on this would definitely be part of the exchange, 1031 exchange, which means it would have to close at Titan Title. Is that totally workable for you?
Titan Title?
Titan Title in Fort Wayne, yeah.
And I can let my guys know, as long as the closing cost is not astronomical, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, no, I think they're pretty standard. It's just that they're the ones they're the holding company for my 1031. They hold all the funds until all of the properties are sold that I'm putting in this exchange. So they've got to do.
Yeah, you're right, Truman.
All the searches, the title policy, the closing.
So at this very moment, guys, he's asking me if we can use his title company, right? And 9 out of 10, I always say no. I always say we use the title company that we want to use, or the end buyer, because they're paying the closing costs. If you want to use your title company, then you pay the closing costs. I didn't say that here. Why? Because he gave me a good reason. He said he's doing the 1031 exchange, and that title company has all the paperwork. They're drafting all the legal documents, and they're the ones that's handling everything. So at that point, guys, I'm not going to kill the deal over title issues, right? So I said, hey, look, at the end of the day, let's work together. Let's figure this out. As long as their closing cost is not astronomical, and as long as what? I haven't said it yet, but I will, as long as they can do an assignment fee.
Hold earnest money Um, and I do want,
And
go ahead.
Do you know if they do assignment fees over there?
Assignment fees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's fine. I can give them a call. But whatever gets the deal done, at the end of the day, we want to make sure it hits the finish line. And if you have this on 1031 exchange, then I'll work my magic with my guys to make sure that it gets done that way.
Okay. I mean, that's the only way I'll do it. I just turned down a deal on a different property yesterday because they insisted on having their title company in the process, and I'm just not going to do that with the 1031 because it's got to be perfect so I don't have the IRS chasing me. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, on the agreement, I'll put Titan Title on there, the title company, so that's not
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. Are you agreeable to 1,000 earnest money
Well,
within?
Now he's asking for earnest money. Now, once again, this is the reason why it is so beautiful when you're fully transparent, because it opens up runway for you. So, y'all want to take a guess on how I'm going to overcome this?
In 4 or 5 days.
so as far as the $1,000 EMD, I don't mind doing that if I was the end buyer, but because I'm being transparent with you, I'm letting you know I'm wholesaling this. I mean, once we find the end buyer will put in the $1,000 EMD. And so once I find the end buyer puts in the $1,000 CMD, that goes towards you, doesn't go towards me. We should be good to go.
Okay.
Did you guys see that, right? Because he knew, because I was transparent that I'm not going to be the end buyer. That's always my response to it. Why am I going to put up the EMD? I'm not going to be the end buyer for you. But the end buyer will. Now, I want you to be aware of this too. So whatever the EMD that you decide, you want to make sure it's less than what you're going to charge the end buyer, right? So if it's a high price point, you know you're going to get a $5,000 EMD, then negotiate for someone to get 1,000, maybe 2,000, right? If it's a small price point, then make sure you only negotiate $500 EMD, maybe 1,000 at the most, because the most that you're going to get is 1,000 or 2,000. The point that I'm saying is the EMD between you and the seller has to be less than the EMD between you and the end buyer, so that if the end buyer walks away, you get paid for your work and the seller gets paid for the time that he was tied up. Does that make sense, guys?
Well, go ahead and send that to me. I can live with the 14 days because I will be out of town for a bit starting on the 3rd, so not a lot is going to happen between now and then. So yeah, I would say go ahead and send it to me.
Perfect. All right, so I'll put a closing date on it on the 2nd, right? And I'll put Titan Title Company.
You're saying actually closing with one of your investors?
So here's how I like to do it. So I'm just going to put a closing date on it on the 2nd, so at least you know that I've got the incentive to find an end buyer by then. Now, let's say we do find an end buyer this weekend or next week. At that point, if they say, hey man, I can close on this on the 8th or whatever, then we'll just have to amend it. But it won't be like another 30 days. It'll be just another 7 days, 14 days tops. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
And then 2 quick questions for you. One, how's access going to be like? Because these guys are going to want to walk the property, obviously.
Yeah, I'm available. So just have them either give them my number. I'll be available. I may put a lockbox on it. Don't have one now, but I'll make arrangements.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind giving you 24-hour notice. I'm totally cool with that. I'm very respectful. That being said, like I said earlier, they're not my employees. So,
yeah.
And you know it because you've done this many times before too. I'm pretty sure. Like it's just on the go, right? Like they're trying to say, yeah, I can make it at this time, and then they cancel last minute, or they can't make it, and all of a sudden they call me because they're literally 4 blocks away, and now their appointment canceled. Now they can walk the property, and the last thing I want to do is bother you. So if we can put a lockbox on there, that would be great. And just to let you know, as far as my process goes, if you do put a lockbox, any guys that walk the property, I do have them take a picture or like a short video and send it to my team to make sure that it's locked away. So that way your place is secured. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't always need 24 hours either. So, because a lot of times I'm in Fort Wayne, I can shoot over there.
So I'm going to pause this real quick, guys. This is really important. So a lot of times people are like, well, can you put a lockbox on there? Once again, when you guys are dealing with sellers, you're negotiating, you're doing whatever, you always got to provide value, right? So the way I do it is to say, hey, look, 24-hour notice, let's make that happen, right? 24 hours, if that's what you're comfortable with, I'm okay with that, Mr. Seller. By the way, Mr. Seller, just to manage expectations, okay? Contractors, inspectors, the local investors that I'm going to send there, they're not my employees. I do not control their calendar. So there are times when they say they cannot make it and all of a sudden they can because they're 1:30 canceled on them and now they're only 15 minutes away from your house and all of a sudden they can make it. Or the other side of that coin is I have you drive there for a 2 o'clock call or a 2 o'clock walkthrough, and then I get a phone call from them at 1:45 and they can't make it. I'm just letting you know now, Mr. Seller, that if that were to happen, please, please, please do not get mad at me. I just want to manage your expectation. Okay? And now they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's fine. So that being said, if you're open to it, it would be great if we can have a lockbox on there because in that way I don't have to bother you in the middle of the day and I don't want to give you a call and say, hey, I'm sorry you drove for half an hour just to get canceled on. Does that make sense, Mr. Seller? Yeah, well, I still would rather, okay, hey, totally fine. We'll do a 24-hour notice. I just want you to remember this conversation so that if that happens, you don't get mad at me. Is that okay? Okay. Boom. Now I've set the stage. Now I'm managing expectations. So when you do it that way, guys, now they're more likely to put a lockbox because now they understand, oh, yeah, he's right. They're going to cancel on me in the middle of the day. I don't want to get off work, drive there, and then have to come back because he got canceled. So when you provide value, you tend to get what you need. Okay? JT, how many are you doing? Can you do one more after this one? No, because I do have my SAP 10 SAP 10 meeting in 10 minutes. But I will be doing this more often, whether on this playlist or I may create my own playlist. It's for deals that were locked up and then gone all the way through the finish line.
Within 20 minutes. So just, yeah.
So
We'll work it out one way or the other.
okay, and then one last thing is, I do need some pictures of the property, so that way, I can send it to contractors and my local guys, so that at least they have a little bit of a general idea of its condition.
I would utilize the ones that are on Zillow right now.
Give me 1 second.
There should be pretty decent photos on there. Because right now I got tarps on the floor with painting that's still in process, so the photos that I give you now wouldn't be all that great. But Zillow,
the 820 East Lewis, right?
Yep.
1 second.
There should be photos there from AG Rentals. They're the management company.
How long ago were these pictures, though?
Probably 2 years ago.
I mean, how does it look compared to now?
Well, it's going to look a lot better. The painting looks much better because we've updated a lot of the colors, so it's going to look great. But right now with tarps on the floor and tools here and there, it's it doesn't look great yet.
Yeah. No, I mean,
if I snap photos right now, you're going to see tarps on the floor and most of the painting completed. But there's still, like I said, there's some clutter. So I really wouldn't want to take new pictures. But it's going to look. We put new flooring in a few different places. There's a lot of natural wood floor. There's some painted floor. So I would say those photos are going to give you a pretty accurate idea, except for the coloring is going to be better. Got light grays rather than.
Concerned with that, Brad, is to the other side of that coin for a second. Like, what if I sent you this deal and you're my potential buyer and I sent you these pictures? You know what I mean? Like the reason why a lot of these people do business with me is because they know how transparent I am, and so when I send them pictures, they know that, hey, these are the most current. I will let them know that, hey, look, he's fixing these things. A lot of things have been done already, and yes, I have included the repair cost. So there's going to be some light rehab. So I think getting him the most current pictures would actually be better. It would allow us to move quicker. Versus them seeing that, and then it has AG Rentals stamped across it. They're like, bro, where is this? And I'm going to tell them 2 years ago. They're going to be like, what are you doing? Like, I want to know how it looks. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what.
Guys, once again, just being fully transparent, letting him know, right? And I'm putting him, so what did I do? I put himself in their shoes. Hey, what if I sent you a deal and I gave you pictures from 2 years ago? And then you found out those pictures were 2 years ago. Would you continue to trust me or would you lose your trust? You know what I mean? So guys, just live in the moment, respond to what they're saying. He tried to get away from it. I understood why. But once again, I provided value by letting him know, hey, if you get me pictures, then this is going to go a lot smoother. You want 7 days, it's going to move a lot quicker once we have pictures. Hyro, my man, thank you for hopping on. Yeah, the audio is pretty bad. I couldn't fix it. That's why I've been pausing here and there. But you guys can hear it, right? It's not just me. Yeah, still sharing.
I'll do that.
Tell me,
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
I'll get the new ones. I can probably do it. I can get photos tomorrow for you.
okay, that would be great. So I'll send this over to you. What's the best email address for you?
Okay, Gardner, G.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. That's pretty much it. It wasn't signed at that moment. I did send it, and it was signed, I believe, either the next day or 2 days later. And then he had to go out of town, out of state. And so this was done right before Christmas. It was supposed to be a 14-day close, and we're closing today. He actually just signed his paperwork 50 minutes ago. So, guys, this is one of these things where I'm looking at my calculator. The numbers did not make any sense at all, right? Like hardly any equity. The rent rate is not adding up. It's not happening at all. So what did I do? I looked on Investor Base. If you guys don't have Investor Base, do it. It's worth it. Let me share this with you. See, maybe it's this one. All right. So looking at this, guys, I believe I ran this like 2 miles within one year. Flippers were buying at 82,000. Landlord were buying at 86. And then I ran it at 2 miles, but in the last 6 months, and it was 77K, 85K. So guys, at this point, as you can see, end buyers buy in that price point, and this is our subject property right here. And look at all of these houses, right? All of these landlords, fixer-uppers. There's a lot of activity there. So guys, this is where I'm saying do not get kicked out of the kitchen over a few $1,000s, right? So he started at 80, went down to 75. I know I needed to get him at 70,000. I would like to get him at 60. That's where I was anchoring, right? But we ended up locking it up at 70. He will not budge. He's like, dude, I'm almost done with fixing this. There's no way I would take anything less than 70. So going into the deal, I knew we have to be above 70 in order for this to work. But with all this information that I have in front of me, I felt pretty confident. I am taking a shot all day, every day on this. And we were able to get this thing assigned, I believe, within 7 days. We had 4 people walk the property on that Saturday, and then we had it assigned by that Wednesday. We are assigning it for, I believe, 75 or 77,000. And then I had it under contract for 70. So what's cool with this, guys, is that he actually has other properties that he's looking to sell. And so I talked to him today. He absolutely loved my process. He's like, hey man, I still have other properties I'm looking to sell. Some of them I'm going to put on the market to get the most that I can, but there's one that you might be interested in. So we're going to look into that. I think I'm just going to give it to the same end buyer. I'm going to sell it to him for the same price. So we'll see how it goes. I speed to lead, Hyro. Speed to lead, man. Speed to lead. This was during, like, right before Christmas. So when they were doing that, when they were going live, and just bought some leads and locked it up. And now it's going to be my first deal for 2026. It's not much, but hey, it's always good to just have something in the bank before the month ends. Hyro, my man, do I have a code? Yes, I do. See, this is where I'm good at a lot of things, but this is not one of them. I don't really advertise myself as much because I do like to provide value and tend to forget about myself. So, Hyro, I appreciate you. Let me drop it on here. Where the heck is my speed to lead? If you guys don't have speed to lead yet, create a speed to lead account. Use my link, guys. It's free. It doesn't cost any account. It doesn't cost any money to create a speed to lead account. And what's cool is that if you use my link, every time you buy a lead, I get 3 pennies. I get cents on the dollar, literally, and but they do add up. And next thing you know, I can buy 10 leads. So that will definitely help your boy out. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that made sense. I would love to hear your thoughts. I know today is supposed to be Call Review Mondays where I'm reviewing other folks. But today I wanted to do this because I got that comment asking if I can go over my deals that I locked up that went to the finish line. So if you guys like this, let me know. Not only will I do call reviews, I will go ahead and so my plan is to, for the ones that I have closed and funded, I'll gather all the calls and really just say, hey, here's what happens on the acquisition side. It was a 1-call close, or it took me 3 calls to close it. And then once it's there, now it's on the dispo side, and on the dispo side, the seller and I had 5 more conversations. And here's conversation 1. Here's what happened. Here's conversation 2. Like really giving them feedback. So in that way, and then all the way to renegotiation, and then getting the price drop to get it across the finish line. So if you feel like that would add value, leave it in the comments, guys. Not on the chat. I'd love to see you guys on the comments. Drop a 1 there. Let me know, and then perhaps I'll start a new playlist specifically for close and funded deals. Sig Mac P. Have to be in TU to join SAV 10. At this very moment, yes, it is just available for TU members. I really just did this right after Element 22, so Q4 of last year, really just to help folks out. But that being said, DM us, DM me, DM Hire. We're here to help out, and yeah, and I don't know if you guys know, but TU has payment plans. If you want to be part of it, it is absolutely worth every single penny. And since Hyro's here, you guys can use my link. Set up a call with Justin, Colton, whoever's on there. And then just learn more about the payment plan and how TU works and see if it would work for you guys. All right, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta go to my SAV 10. Speed and volume, guys. Speed and volume. Let's go.